Hey everyone, Dan Gagliardi, Product Management. I lead product management for Backup Exec and Net Backup SaaS Protection. And I'm excited to talk to you today about Microsoft 365, the journey to the cloud for a lot of our customers, and the importance of backing up that very important data and how Backup Exec can help with Backup Exec 22. So let's get into it, shall we? Before we can get into SaaS Backup and Backup Exec, we need to talk a bit about our partnership. Veritas and Microsoft have enjoyed a very long and fruitful partnership together. We are a gold certified partner. We're a preferred solution, and we're certified in Azure. So we kind of know what we're talking about when we're talking about the cloud and about Microsoft. So let's talk a bit about the data protection journey. And really, when our customers are moving to M365, they're going to take one of two paths. There's going to be the protected journey. That is the journey that allows our customers to sleep comfortably at night, knowing that their data is protected. And the risky journey. That's the journey that a lot of our customers are taking, even without really knowing it. And you're like, how can that even be? Well, it's really simple. It's either because they believe that their data is already being protected, or that they believe that the native capabilities of M365 are good enough, and they just are not. So first question you probably get is, do you really need to back up M365? Or backing up a SaaS application at all? Yes, of course you do. And you know why? First, SaaS providers do not guarantee the data or the user information. Their job is to provide you the service, to provide you M365, make sure it's available and scalable and it works, right? They're not required to guarantee the data or the user information. So, okay, fine, but come on, it must be easy to get that stuff out. No, recovery of lost data using Microsoft native tools can be very time-consuming and often very challenging. Remember, they don't protect the data, and the tools themselves are not geared for mass data recovery. Let's not forget, we live in an environment where ransomware and malware are daily news items. SaaS applications are not immune to this, and they're not immune to accidental deletions or just human error. So it's really important because, let's face it, that data in M365, those emails, those SharePoint documents or PowerPoint presentations, that's the new oil. Data is the new oil, and you need to protect it because there is a lot of business critical information in that collaboration data. And great, Microsoft's amazing at providing those tools. M365 is awesome. But unless you have a really good backup strategy, you're at risk. And they don't really hide it, you know. In the online subscription agreement, they even say you are solely responsible for the content of all customer data. Microsoft does not and will not assume any obligations with respect to customer data. Like they're telling you. So fine, whose responsibility is it anyway? Well, look at it this way. Microsoft is really and only focused in providing you tools that allow you to be very collaborative and allow businesses to be efficient and effective. And on top of that, it's that infrastructure. Because they provide you the cloud environment, it's the infrastructure that is their responsibility. So think network, hardware, physical security, application, OS, virtualization, all the pieces that allow them to deliver M365, that's their responsibility. What's your responsibility? Nothing much, just the users, just the data, and all the administration. As you can see, it's really important for our customers to understand that what they're responsible for is critical. So, okay, I kind of get it. You got to back up. You know, there's some value in backing up, but what's the worst that can happen? Like, what is happening anyway? Well, let's face it. Humans are fallible. We make mistakes. We delete things we didn't think we needed anymore. And then lo and behold, someone like Simon comes around asking me for a presentation that I built and got rid of long ago. Well, if you don't have a backup solution, you're basically going to say, sorry, it's gone, after you're going to spend a ton of time trying to find it. So let's just put that in the bucket of accidental deletion and human error. We make mistakes. We're really busy people. And on the other side, we know external threats exist today, right? Malware, ransomware, denial of service. The internet age has brought about a whole new level of threats. But let's not forget, even inside your business, you are dealing with threats, whether it's malicious insiders or malicious employees, employee tampering. There is a number of threats against that business critical data that exists inside your company, making backup even more important. Okay, you got me. All right, fine. I get it. We need some backup services, but it's okay. I use Microsoft 365 native data protection. I'm covered. No, you're not. And here's why. It's often limited and it relies and it comes with risk. So let's look at what's the first thing? Well, it doesn't make a second copy, okay? It doesn't allow you to achieve 3-2-1 backup strategy and does not protect you from ransomware. It doesn't keep deleted data for long. Whether you're talking about 14-day retention in Exchange or 93 days of retention in SharePoint and OneDrive, what happens if it exceeds that? You've deleted something and then 4 months later, you need to get it back. Well, the Microsoft native tools aren't going to help you. And even if you are within those days, those tools are not meant for mass recovery. They're meant for point recovery of a few items. I still have stories from HubStore where customers have tried to restore gigabytes of data from deleted items and they cannot. Corruption or crashes. It's not meant to do that. Yep, I think we've all heard it. Doesn't matter. I've paid for the very expensive M365 licenses. I just put everything on legal hold. Well, legal hold wasn't meant to be a backup. It was meant to preserve data for e-discovery. It was meant for you or for administrators to interrogate the data, find a small subset and lock it down because it's relative to a legal matter. If you put everything on legal hold, you've essentially made that redundant. What do you do in a legal case when everything's on legal hold? Trying to take everything off legal hold so you can actually do the legal hold is time consuming and doesn't always work. Ultimately, it's not meant for backup and will lead to increased costs and potential liabilities if you can't get that data back. And restores are limited, okay? No point in time restores for Exchange, only up to 30 days, and no granular recovery for OneDrive and SharePoint. It's difficult, as I mentioned. Deleted items folder is not a backup. It's not a place for you to recover. You really need a solution for that. Luckily, we got Backup Exec, and now Backup Exec supports Microsoft 365. Woohoo! All right, so with Backup Exec 22, we now have Microsoft 365 Protection. What does that mean? It means we're protecting M365 Exchange and OneDrive, and Teams and SharePoint are coming soon, and they will all be fully integrated into Backup Exec. As of BE22, Exchange and OneDrive is fully integrated. So that means your customers get it's the same user experience and the same value they get out of Backup Exec for all their other targets. Now they get to extend that to the cloud and protect the very valuable M365 data. Puts them in data storage control, total control of their data. Much like NetBackup SaaS Protection, Backup Exec connects into M365, takes copies of data that meet backup policies, and then stores them securely, either in other clouds or back to local. Essentially, it's giving our customers complete control of backups for M365, all within Backup Exec, which is super exciting because as everybody moves to the cloud, it's one of the things that you hear the most about. I'm in M365. I know it's important information. How do I protect it? With Backup Exec, you have a very easy way to back it up and to protect that data in a way that existing Backup Exec customers are familiar with. So no new learning curves. It's essentially the same. And that's super exciting. So that's it. That's my little talk. I want to thank everyone for taking time to listen to me. I'm truly excited about the potential for Backup Exec and where it can take us with M365 Protection. And until next time, take care.